what is the challenge with hydroponics? Ni challenges gani nyinyi mmepitia?
The only challenge in hydroponic system is something called nutrient lock.
Nutrient?
Lock.
Nutrient lock.
Yeah.
What is nutrient
for instance,
lock?
here we feed nutrients on a daily basis. There's 17 elements. We feed them on a daily basis. Now, there are certain elements.
17 elements.
So there are 17 elements. The micro and macro elements. 13 are macro, while 6 are what? 13 minus 7 is how many? 4 are micro elements.
13 are macro, 4 are micro.
Yeah, exactly. So out of those nutrients, there's certain nutrients that limits uptake of other elements. For the likes of, if there's too much potassium in my media, it means calcium will be unavailable. You get it? Now, for that one, it's called a nutrient lock now. Too much potassium limits uptake of what? Of calcium. Now that one the crop will exhibit through blossom end rot.
Blossom?
Blossom end rot. And also folding of the leaves. Like right now we are dealing with calcium deficiency. So
I see the leaves are folding.
And their water stress as well. We are stressing them to produce much flowers. You see, the naka water stress. It's kind of wilting. Now this one to produce more flowers in the system. So you must understand the crop as well as what to do.
So what are you going to do now that it's having a calcium deficiency?
I'll just feed calcium nitrate, supplement that aspect. First of all, I'll flush the system with potassium.
How will you flush? Just using the water?
Plain water.
So you will just first flush completely with plain water. How long will this take?
That can take 1 day.
1 day?
Yeah. 1 day flush.
So you just flush. Okay, hii maji ukifungulia ni kama tu pump. So unafungulia inaacha like for a whole day?
Yeah, but you have to regulate the amount of water you pass through the system, because this plant, it kind of root rot infections kind of limits what its growth. So if you flood too much water, it means you're going to deter root development. So the water must be kind of 2,000 on a daily basis. 2,000 what? Yeah, you can't exceed 2,000 liters. Yeah.
2,000 liters. So sasa tunaongea kuhusu flushing. Your maji, that's plain water, will still just go to the reservoir.
Still go to the reservoir.
Yeah. Okay. So you flush within 1 day. Then now you're planning to you'll add calcium to the tank.
Now there's something called the EC. We talked about EC.
EC.
The electrical conductivity.
Oh yeah.
Or electric capacity. Now after flushing, you should measure your EC. If it's below 1,000, it means the nutrients have been flushed out. Now, if it's above
below 1,000,
actually 800 is the best. Below 800. So if it's below 800, it means the system is now free of nutrients. Zero nutrients zilikuwa zimeisha.
There's a gadget.
There's a gadget called pH meter and DC meter. If you feed higher EC, it's something called blossom drop. I'm a flower abortion. Let's do the simple one. Flower abortion. They abort flowers. Blossom drop means the fruit now drops. Like for instance, here there's one. Let me show you one. How it looks like. Let's see after this one. This is called flower abortion. This one.
The flower is dropping.
The flower is
this one? The orange one.
Instead of making a fruit like this, it's now dropping.
Yeah. Now that one is caused by several factors. We have high salinity in the nutrients. We have temperature fluctuation if the temperature is kind of adverse to the flower. And we also have when the crop wants to limit the number of fruits in a particular system, per plant, I mean, because this crop is designed to have like 4 plants per harvest. So the crop, it kind of limits the number of fruits per plant. Inajitoa hizo fruits. So self-regulation, inatoa, inazikata. Yeah.
So that salinity issue, you can also solve it with the flushing.
Exactly. Now, when you're doing transplanting, there's water flowing in the system.
Oh, there's already water flowing in the system.
To avoid any kind of wilt in a particular crop. Wilting means the crop is kind of drying off. Yeah, it's called dehydration in human beings. It's called getting dehydrated. So about dehydration in particular crop, you do what? Continuous flow of water in the system.
So in short, before you do transplanting, the first thing you make the pumice wet by putting water into it. So by the time you give it to the plant, the pumice is wet already. There is water that plant can absorb. Yeah. You don't plant when the pumice is dry.
Yeah. So so there's already water in the pumice. The pumice is already wet. So because I've seen umefungua. Kuna wakati ulifungua.
Yes.
So utafunga at what point? After 2,000 liters?
Okay. In feeding techniques, you don't open it and you leave it to go. We have something like feeding frequency.
What is feeding frequency?
Feeding frequency is that in the morning, once I've mixed the nutrient, I'll mix a nutrient that maybe it's 1,000 liter. And this 1,000 liter, I'll not open it and then iingie mara moja. That will take less than 30 minutes. And remember, kama binadamu, unachukua breakfast, unachukua lunch, unachukua supper, unaona. Huwezi kula kila kitu like asubuhi alafu usemuka hivyo hadi jioni. So you'll get that plants will just absorb kitu umewapea saa hizo, and then excess will return back and then to the reservoir tank, and then plants will kind of starve hadi jioni. So what we do is that we you can do it as many times you want, but on our case we try to make it hourly. After every hour unafungua hata for 10 minutes. After 1 hour unafungua for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on the amount of nutrients you want to go to the plants at a time.
And to add on that, we do precision farming or precision agriculture, where you feed a plant based on its requirement. Now, a plant generally requires around 100 ml of water on a single day. 1,000 ml of water on a single day. So you do like continuous feeding, not too much, not too less. Yeah.
So tulikuwa tumefika hapo. In this process of ours, we've already done
pumice treatment. And you have also seen the system, how the system works. So
we did transplant, we did pumice treatment, then we did fumigation, then we did then we put water in the pumice, then we transplanted, then now we're talking about how you do the feeding frequency.
Yeah.
So now then you continue doing that for how many days, depending on the growth rate of the plant. Like so for this is capsicum.
Yeah.
So capsicum is 6 months.
Okay, this 6 months old capsicum.
Or there are different kinds.
Yeah. For the market purpose, we need to provide our market with reliable. In that we don't produce once, we give them, and then the next week or after some time there is no capsicum. So we plant in different time, so that by the time I'm exiting, I am to start again, there is someone who is still producing. Yeah.
Now on that aspect of feeding. Now, for instance, this crop, they grow at different stages. Sometimes for seedling stage, vegetative stage, and fruiting stage.
So seedling stage then?
Seedling stage means propagation stage, where they are the nursery level. Then we come to vegetative stage, where the crop just grows vegetatively, it doesn't produce fruits. Then we go to fruiting stage, where the crops now, that's what, like for instance now, this is called fruiting stage, that fruiting stage. Now the nutrients will come in depending on the requirement per growth stage. Now for instance, during vegetative stage, we focus on the leaves and also the root sequence, meaning the sulfur fibrous root system. Now we feed elements that promote leaf development and root development, and also for strength we feed elements like calcium for strength. Now for instance, nitrogen is for leaf development. It promotes more leaf development and also photosynthesis. Now for instance, if you feed more phosphorus, it promotes what? Root development. Now at that stage we limit feeding of potassium. Those are the 3 elements in a plant growth structure. Now when you get to fruiting, now we feed more what? Potassium. For faster fruit development, and also for flower formation, and also for maturation. Maturation of the fruit. Taste, feed a lot of magnesium for taste. Phosphorus for photosynthesis, also for phosphorus for photosynthesis. Yeah, the kind of help information of the chlorophyll. Feed more phosphorus. Phosphorus is fed at all stages.
Oh, I hadn't seen these.
You haven't seen the fruit?
No, I was not seeing the fruit. I was looking. Yeah.
There are a lot of fruits.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Where are the red ones?
Mature ones.
Oh, I've seen a red one there.
Like this is scanning, this is 10%, right? This scanning, you see this one?
And at that point is when they should be picked. At 10, you harvest then at 10% of ripening.
10% of
10%. You don't
'Cause-
wait
because-
until it ripens.
Because of also transporting the time it even gets to the market.
Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about the nutrients we are feeding these plants. So, do we say this is inorganic or organic farming?
It is organic farming. What we are just the nutrients we feed them are just the fertilizers we use even in open field. They are just the fertilizers. But now we kind of take different fertilizers and make a composition that the plant require in a given time. So it is like artificial way of making food available to the plant, as opposed to the way they are available in the soil. Because whatever we are giving them is actually whatever they take when they are in soil. But so is only that we make them artificially. Yeah. The challenge that we might get during harvesting is breaking the entire stem. Like you might get that this stem has three fruits and only one fruit should be harvested. So when I try
only
to
one should.
Okay, not yeah, that's an example, because you'll not get that fruits in the greenhouse they will ripe all of them once.
Yes.
You get this one as is ready, this one is not ready, this one is ready, this one is not ready. So you might get that in a stem you have one or two which are ready, but there are still others that are not ready. So when you try to pick that one, you break the entire branch, and that is a loss to a farmer. So you need to be more keen while doing that. A mature plants, like when it produces fruits, they produce in three sizes. Number one is the bigger size. We have a medium size and the small size. So the big size is the grade 1 and the jumbo. The medium size is the grade 2, and then the small size is the grade 3. And all of them goes to the market. Yeah.
Seems you guys do everything by yourself. So does it mean if you're starting hydroponics and you don't want to have many casual laborers?
Okay,
it's not
what I know about hydroponics, in hydroponics you need skilled labor. And work in hydroponics is not that intense, but it depends with the stage or the stage, because each and every process has got its own time. So you get in normal cases, after you have grown your crops, the thing which you will be doing much is feeding, and feeding only takes you like less than 10 minutes. You come, you koroga the nutrients, you open it, and then it flows to the system. You go home. You'll come some other time, you feed it, you go home. So it does not need like too much laborers. The only time you'll need some maybe people to help you, or if you are alone you'll need to do a lot of work, is when you are doing something we call pruning. Pruning is when now you can see it is more vegetative. So for your fruits to be bigger, if you want to achieve the grade 1, you reduce the number of the branches and the leaves, so that when the plants feeds, more of them will go to the fruits. But if you feed the stems and the leaves, you get that the ratio of the fruit will go down. Yeah, so it depends with how you decide as a farmer. Remember, when you reduce the branches, you also reduce the number of the fruits. So there are some people who will go for few fruits but bigger ones, but some people will go for more fruits but maybe medium size. So it depends with also what the market needs from you. Yeah.
Wow. What would you advise someone who is scared to venture into this?
Okay, what I can advise is that you just get someone who has knowledge in hydroponics. If you have your money somewhere, invest it, because it will come back. And then set up an hydroponic system, because you might employ many youths as well, who will be, once you have if you have a farm and you have someone who is skilled, the laborers can be told, do this, and you will increase employment as well. Being that tumesema ati hydroponic farm haitaki more laborers, does not mean that we cannot employ. We can employ, so long as you have a skilled labor. And everything will go on well.
Okay, when you talk of money, how much do you need to start a medium hydroponic setup?
A medium hydroponic setup?
Yes.
For the structure, you need like something like 400,000, and then for the troughs and so
Pumping
something like
system.
when you have 700,000, that will cover everything, including the tanks, right?
Yeah.
Including the tanks and then the entire system, 700,000. And let me give you the projection now. That is where a farmer is interested in.
Yes.
So like once you have grown your crops, it will, let's say, hold 1,000 plants. The system will hold 1,000 plants. And for 1,000 plants, it can produce something like each plant can produce something like 1.5 kg. So 1.5 kg times 1,000 will give you 500 kg.
1,500.
1,500 kgs.
Yes.
So 1,500 kgs. Is it 1,500 kgs?
1.5
Yeah, on a monthly basis. Yeah.
On a monthly basis.
On a monthly basis, 1,500 kgs, and then you sell 1 kg at 100 shillings.
100.
So that gives you 150,000, and you harvest it for 6 months, for one season. So
For one season, you harvest
for 6 months, every month for 6 months, and that gives you that money.
That's 900,000.
Yeah,
Around.
So the return is quite high.
it is good. It is good.
It's sustainable.
Yeah. So the payback period basically can take like 2 years from the first season. 2 years. The 2 seasons. Payback period now 2 years now, because one season is like a year. 2 season means 2 years. So after 2 years you can recover what you have invested in your business. Now, also to the youth out there, this thing is not that hard. I know there are a lot of science involved, a lot of terms, but there's something you can learn with the crop.
Yes.
There's something. Learning is something you learn by doing, not learning by in the construction in the mind, but something you practice. If a crop needs this one, just feed it what it needs, and also you can do research on your own. There are several experts in this particular field, so there's not fear in investing into hydroponic system. There's attachment between me and the plant. If I see even an infection in like spider mites infection killing my plants, I kind of find solution to that particular infestation, so that I can limit spread to other of my babies. We call them babies, by the way. Those are babies because they feed on daily uptake,
Yes.
on daily basis, and they also breathe as well. Yeah.
So do you agree to this? Is it something that you have seen that it actually takes less water than open field farming?
That's evident because here we recycle water. This water comes in the tubes. The plant will take what it needed.
Yeah.
The next one will drink. We pump it back to the feeding tank. Then we feed it again. So we lose like, for instance, you feed 1,000 liters, you get at the reservoir tank, you get like 400 liters back. Then you pump it, you fill it, then you feed nutrients, you pump it back. So that kind of recycling aspect kind of save the water intake by the plant. Yeah. So as compared to open farming where you just feed and the water just wastage goes away.
There's no recycling.
Yeah.
And where, if I want to start this one, where can I learn? Or where did you learn it?
Yes.
How you started? Who introduced you?
Okay. Now, social media is a strong force in our nation right now. Yes. I learned the Parents program through social media. A WhatsApp message actually. Just a friend sent me a test message about hydroponic system offered at Miram International College. So I went for the training, 3 months training actually, both practical and theoretical training. And there are several aspects of the training like business management, because this is agribusiness. Manage a business. How do you manage risk? How do you manage financial? How do you become financially disciplined? So those particular aspects, I got them from Miram. They trained me in this. Right now I'm practicing what I learned there. Yeah.
This is great. Because
Miram
you find
International College.
Actually, I also
Yes,
found
we
you
are
in
the same.
Facebook. I can
because
remember.
I'm so happy to hear that, because you find there's so many people who do courses and they graduate, but going to actualize it, to find someone has it's
Yeah,
not
that's true.
actualizing the skills they learned, and if this is something you only learned for 3 months.
3 months.
And you already have this. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a challenge.
You make this, what you like, who does them for you?
Yeah, do you bring a blacksmith to come and
We contact an engineer, hydroponic engineer.
Oh, there's a hydroponic engineer.
Yeah, hydroponic engineer. Specialized hydroponic system. That's one built the system. We understand what we need. We just make the desire and the requirements. I mean,
what you need,
what you
then
need.
they design for you the way you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like let's say today I want to do NFT. I'll just come up with the structure, how it looks like, and then he will put it into action. Yeah.
So, you guys being young farmers, are you part of some agricultural circle or some, how does the Kenyan government support you in short?
Okay, we are under a foundation. It's called Miramar Foundation, and also Equity Bank Group Foundation. Now, the capital to start this business we get from them. Miramar come in terms of training and also market. But in terms of capital expenditure, the capex and the opex is now the Equity Book Foundation that comes in. Yeah, they finance the project up to the last season. I mean, from the onset to the last part. Now, what accrue from the business used to pay back the capital expenditure. Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll return it back in 2 years. Then from there,
You can
you
go
enjoy
your way.
100%
Profit.
profit.
So,
Yeah.
having started, is this something you just know is because of the challenges and the good things you've also seen, the advantages also? Do you think this is something you're going to do for a long, long time?
In fact, we are going to extend to other counties because right now, like we have done it here in Kiambu County, and a person like me comes from Kisumu County. So there is communication with my county government so that we can do it on the other side. So like an extensional officer, we can train more youths on the other side, and then the Equity Bank can come to give them startup to finance the project, and then they roll it out.
Yes.
So in hydroponics, we have some food which we feed them through the roots, while some we feed them through the leaves. And the food we feed them through the leaves, we spray using a knapsack. Yeah, so like here we have high zinc. High zinc is in rich of zinc and some phosphorus. Yeah. Okay, there's no problem. So as you can see, the white precipitate on the leaves, that I did it in the morning, and that's why you can see it up now. Yeah. So it is just a food that is applied to the leaves.
Put
Some information to most of the questions that many people who visit us asked. What is the plant population? So for me, I did 1020. The date of planting, the date I planted was 18th April, that is 2020. Expected harvesting was immediately after 3 months, which my first harvest was on 17 July. That is after 3 months. And then the variety I do here is Passarella F1. That is the red variety. And then another question that you didn't ask, that many people ask, is the frequency of harvesting. After how long do you harvest? Now, harvesting, the fruits, they can ripe anytime, but you can control the time of harvesting. Like on our side, we harvest on a weekly basis. Yeah, you can on a weekly basis. That for our sometimes you can do it twice a week. Sometimes you can do it once a week, depending on the how you manage your greenhouse. You know, there are some things which when you do them on time, the rate of growth and let's say maturity rate will be faster than when you don't do them. Like let's say pruning. When you time your pruning well, when you feed your crops well, that is when you do the right frequency. And then when you make sure that aeration is controlled well, the rate of maturity will be very fast. And how do we monitor aeration? As you can see, we have a rolled flap outside here. So kukifika jioni, when it is cold, we turn it down. Jua ikitoka, because of the kind of heat which is here, naifungua, so it controls the temperature. But sometimes you might be so busy that you might not get time to get in the farm and roll it. And so the person who gets that time will produce better than you. The person who have that more time in pruning will do better than you. So that's why sometimes in a week you can harvest twice in a week, or sometimes you do it once in a week.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
This one does 10-20. So you said the first time you harvested was 17th July. So up to what? Up to when now will you stop harvesting?
Up to December, January. From 17th July, 6 months. July being one of them. So you count 6 months.
So up January
Up to January. Yeah, is when I'll terminate my harvesting and do more plants. New plants, sorry.
So now we go to the charcoal cooler where you see things don't even stay there because of the high demand of
because of the high demand and how it works.
Yeah.
Now today, as you can see here, there are some fruits which are still growing.
Yes.
When I give it like 1 week, not even 1 week, 4 days, this fruit will be grade 1, the big size. 2 to 3 days, even 4 days is more, 2 to 3 days for feeding. This plant will be grade 1. And then these, which you can see here, the small ones, after 3 days they will be on this size. And then this flower, after a day it will be of this size. After pollination, let's say pollination happens today, after 1 day or 2 it will be of this size. So it is so fast. So when I harvest this today, next week I'll do this, or and so it is a continuous process.
A flower takes 7 days and it's in the market.
Is in the market. Something like 7 to 8 to 10 days. It is in the market.
And now that's how you have the harvesting season.
Yeah, the harvesting
for that kind
season
of time.
up to 9 months.
Yeah. You've mentioned something to do with pollination.
Yes.
And there are no
you cannot see insects. So here we do something called
Hand pollination.
Hand pollination. When I'm working, when I'm staking, and then the cross pollination takes place. Yeah. When I'm walking around, sometimes I might come. My work will be to pollinate the greenhouse. Natembea too, when I shake them up to there, maybe I come back with another line.
How you will work that way.
Yeah.
And it's recommended in the afternoon hours.
In the afternoon hours.
Actually in the afternoon too. As you can see, we are hand pollinating.
So some people who don't want to do this, they might introduce bees.
Bees.
Yeah, bees. New.
Bees.
They are
But don't carry diseases.
No. So there are commercial bees that you buy them for wale wenye wanawafuga, and then you come and introduce them in your farm.
No, not the African bees. African bees are wild.
It's not actually the African bees.
Yes. Now.
Okay, so you told me earlier about the bank facility that helped you with the capital investment, and you about the college that has helped you actualize this. Yes. So what does the county government do? Or what if they are doing something? What are they doing? And if they are not doing something, in what way do you want them to come in for you?
Okay, currently we're in Kiambu County, right?
Yes.
Now, the only thing they gave us permission to do is the project here. I still want to expand production.
What do you mean by permission? Do you have a certificate?
They give us the permit. They go ahead
the permit
to take this particular project. Because people here, people can insinuate this to be politically motivated.
Yes.
And confuse people and suggest you must do that permit to do this particular project here. Now you got a permit from different government to do this business.
Yes.
Now you're going to explain different counties. For instance, Nyanza region, Western region, Northeastern, Holland, everywhere in this country. But what the country government can come in terms of because this project is capital intensive. It will take enough years to do this. What you need is support, financial support.
Yes.
Because in terms of labor, not that particular intensive. It's only capital intensive, but not labor intensive.
So if they can come up with a much better financial system, some of it to help fund the youth so that they can start such projects, it would really go along.
It will really go along. In terms of training, you can provide the training. It's only a matter of 3 months. You're done with the training. You take the business. You're in production.
You're still continuing with hand pollination. That's what you're doing.
Okay, hand pollination.
Yes.
This hand pollination.
So I hope I don't rip out the notes as I'm doing this. So this is, there's a red one here. I've been looking for a red capsicum. I don't know if it's ripe or oh, this is like it's not. I don't think this will be a reject or this one.
Oh, that's a reject.
Oh, this is a reject because of the size.
This plant now is kind of regulation, feeding regulation.
Yes.
If it bears much fruit, it will get some.
Yeah.
So if you remove those ones, through form of or early maturity.
Yes.
That's an early maturity.
So this one you can take it today at home and eat it.
And eat it, yeah.
Has he taken the entire?
I think he would, if he stands here, he can have a good
A view, a canopy.
So we just completed hand pollination. Yeah, and then it's fun actually.
Yeah,
So
sure.
maybe you can stand here, you can see everything there.
The canopy of the greenhouse. So now they have grown up to, most of them are at 2 meters.
2 meters, yeah.
2 meters high, and they are still growing.
Yeah. This is
They grow up to how many meters?
So determinate, they can go up to 9 meters.
9.
But we will do something called nipping.
Nipping.
Nipping is simply doing this. We remove the top of the shoot so that we'll encourage more branches.
Right.
So when we encourage more branches, more of the fruits will be generated at the plant level. Will not be interested for it. Okay, we have done nipping. So nipping is just to do away with the. So this one is still young, but when it gets somehow like 2 meters, we do them nipping. So why do we do the nipping? So that to kill the apical growth, so that it should not go up, because this variety can go up to 9 meters.
Oh, really?
Yes, in most of the farms abroad, they just do it up to 9 meters, but for them they have machines that they can use to harvest up to. But for me, I can't jump.
Yeah.
So once I do
them,
them,
that's a disadvantage for you.
it is not disadvantage because there is a way of doing it, other way of doing it, like for nipping. So when you do nipping, you get that more of the branches, side branches will be produced along the plant, and the budding will be done along the plant, and that means that my fruits which I would have harvested up there I will harvest them within the plant, the required height that I need to. I'm trying to manipulate. Okay, when I bud nip, I am manipulating the plant so that it cannot go in a normal way.
Yes.
So that I'm trying to make it produce in this height that I need. Yeah.
Just to add on what he's saying, there are certain hormones that limits the apical dominance.
Yes.
There are hormones that promote apical dominance. There are hormones that limit apical dominance. Now those hormones are produced by plants in minute amounts. If for instance, if you can supply those particular hormones to the plant will self-regulate. Get a point where that just can't and promote more branches. Now, what we're encouraging for the system is actually that's what we're encouraging bud nipping. Yeah. To promote lateral development and limit apical dominance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wow, that is pretty impressive. I'm so happy. I've done hand pollination, so I can say I will attribute to your success.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Harvesting.
Remember us.
Yes, please do remember us. And actually, I don't know if you could give us a call when you're harvesting.
Okay. Yeah.
So that maybe we can harvest together and maybe yeah. But this is quite something, and I'm very happy.
On a question on how, in case of a greenhouse, this structure, what do we do? An engineer who made for us these greenhouses, we made a contract that up to 6 months, depending on our payment. I think we can talk as depending on our payment, he will take charge. Whenever small repair, technical, he will come and make sure that everything is repaired within that period, 6 months. So
this
from
one says there are not so many white flies here.
yeah, there are, as you can see, there are few
compared to the
most of insects, they like bright colors.
Than
dull colors, although there are some few that don't like white colors, but they do the bright color. So we have this trap here. We call it pheromone.
Pheromone.
Yeah, pheromone.
Pheromone.
Yes, pheromone trap.
Oh.
So from the word pharaoh comes female.
Oh,
Female. Yeah, so this one, it has a scent. So I'll explain it in Kiswahili to make it a little bit catchy. So the scent is for a female. So when a male insect feels that scent, it will think that some females are somewhere. Kuna madem mahali, wacha tuende tuwakute. You feel. And then when it comes, the mafisi insect, hiyo harufu, the gum inatoa harufu. So zitakuja, hebu tuingie hapa. Zikiingia zinakuwa trapped.
Oh,
Yeah. So the male insects, yeah,
because it produces a
female scent.
So the male come and
they get trapped here. Yeah. You are told that men are trapped by women.
Yes.
And that's what happened in insects.
I'm seeing here that like.
Yeah. Zime. So that one is.
What are you going to do now for this one?
For that one, there is nothing you can do because if you try to do, utavunja.
Oh.
So you'll just accept grade 1 itoke, grade 2 itoke na grade 3 itoke. So like hiyo ya katikati naona itatoka grade 3. Because ukijaribu kutawanisha utaivunja. Yeah, so what is here generally is a charcoal which is trapped to form a wall. And along our wall we have the drip lines that we use to feed the greenhouse with. So you can see the drip lines are in each, are layered out. So what we'll do in a daily basis when it is too hot or every day, we must open the water to get in, and then the water will wet the charcoal through the drips. And then when the charcoal is wet, it will bring that fridge or refrigerator effect inside.
Is it that cold inside?
It is not so much cold, but moderate, cool. Yeah, it is cool. And everybody knows that the cool temperature makes bacteria inactive, and it makes it hard for the vegetables to rot or to go perishable. And that's how it works. So we can store our produce here temporarily in case, let's say, we have harvested and the market could not take them all. So they can stay here temporarily for 1 or 2 days. Yeah.
This basically to prolong the ripening period.
And as well, when we harvest the capsicum at 10%, you know, at 10% ukipelekea customer, hata jua kama ni ya red, ataona pengine this person ananipea green ati ni ya red, because ya red pia.
Asa mimi like when I was walking there,
you thought it was a green.
Yeah.
No.
I was just and now I'm seeing some few red. I'm like, kwani kuna red na kuna green.
Customer hizi kubali. So we put them here until they become market ready. Hiyo red sasa we call it market ready fruit. Enye mtu akiona na tu ni red, hata uliza maswali nyingi. So we can keep it here for 2 days. After harvesting, you keep it for 2 days. It becomes market ready. It goes.
And fresh as well.
And fresh.
And fresh and very fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think naimalizia hapo.
Very cheap to maintain, just water.
Yeah.
Water only.
No maintenance cost required actually.
Yeah.
Only water.
No electricity.
This
Just
is a
natural
nice
as that.
storage place.
Yeah.
I've never seen. This is my first time actually seeing a charcoal.
In reality.
Heat of vaporization. It's chemistry.
But the way you said it, most of us learned it in class 6.
Yeah, we learned it in class 6 and class Nini, but I've never actually
Seen it in reality.
It. Yeah.
So this is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Thank you so much, ecoSokoni, for coming over.
Yes.
It has been a very interactive session. We have learned a lot from each other actually. You already learned from us, but we learned from you as well. You know, hydroponic system. We are getting used to this system now, but now we get people appreciating the system. It makes us more motivated to continue doing what we are doing.
Yes.
You know, and for expansion in the outside world. I know through you guys we can build each other, we can work together to upscale our production and also upscale our network
Yes.
outside there.
Yes.
It has been a good platform for us actually as Hydroponics. By the way, you have a company called Hydroponics. You are for a team of 4, and today was actually one of the best days because one of our clients has come to our site. We really appreciate that. You know, you have taking your time to come here. We host you, you host us.
Yeah.
It is a good feeling, Wanzi.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. The same. You can't just leave us hanging like one.
So, as ecoSokoni, we are very happy to host for the guests, and we are learning. And as we continue there, we are teaching. Actually, we are teaching people. So what we are come here, we are taking your project to the world.
Yeah.
People will learn it, and when it goes with our mission. Our mission is, let's say, to improve agriculture generally, because this is a very great project. People are learning a lot. So we are going to take your project to the world. We want people to see what you are doing, and we will be back again.
Welcome back.
You're most welcome.
Yes.
Anytime.
Thank you.
So thank you for tuning in for this episode on hydroponics. Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.